Donna J. Jodhan presents Dining with Donna, a weekly podcast where Donna shares a delicious recipe with you, gives you a bonus recipe, and ends off her podcast with time-saving tips for your kitchen. Her recipes are easy to follow, easy to put together, and most yummy and delicious for family and friends. Donna's recipes are favorites for everyone. They are tried and approved, and she guarantees you'll be able to make them your favorite. It's time to cook and bake, and Donna is waiting to show you how.
Hello. I'm Donna J. Jodhan, your host for the Dining with Donna podcast, July 2025, week 1. And we're smack bang in the middle of summer. I hope that everyone is enjoying their day, their week, their month, their summer, outdoors, enjoying it all with friends and family, and doing what you want to do, being free to do whatever you want to do. Thank you everyone for continuing to listen into my podcasts and to read my show notes. Thank you for your thoughts, your suggestions, your feedback, your comments, everything. Because it is only through you and with you that I can continue to produce my podcasts. Listenership is growing, readership is growing, and ideas are continuing to come in like nothing. Thank you all for your emails. Please keep them coming to me at askdonnaonblindlife@gmail.com. That is askdonnaonblindlife@gmail.com, or donnajodhan@gmail.com, and that's Jodhan. So it's DonnaJodhan@gmail.com. Well, it's a beautiful day today for the first week of July, and I am so grateful for the great weather that we're having. It's time for us to start cooking. But before we start cooking, before we start creating and changing, I'd like to let you know of our 2 continuing features. One is weekly, every Thursday. We share with you recipes submitted by our members. It's on my Facebook page, Donna Jodhan Facebook page. You could go there and read the recipes that we have chosen for you every week, submitted by our members, and it's our little panel of Dining with Donna team that chooses these recipes for you. And every month we provide you or share with you the winning recipe for the Dining with Donna podcast. Okay? So, if you would like to receive any of our main recipes or bonus recipes or tips or our hidden recipe treasures, please do not hesitate, do not be shy to write to us at askdonna@onblindlife@gmail.com or donnajodhan@gmail.com. All you need to do is to put in the subject line the month and the week, and in the body of your email, let us know what you would like. Our show notes, our main recipe, our bonus recipe, our tips, or hidden recipe treasure, or you want everything. Hey, doesn't matter. We'll send it off to you. So this is the way we share, we engage, and we communicate. Okay? So for this month, the category is main meals in minutes. And for this week, here is what I'm going to share with you. Okay? The main recipe is broiled sirloin with smoky bacon mushrooms. Okay? Broiled sirloin with smoky bacon mushrooms. The bonus recipe is oyster bread and spinach stuffing. Oyster bread and spinach stuffing. And the tips we're going to talk to you about removing knots and bolts, knots and balls from sweaters, and how to remove blood. And we'll tell you about the hidden treasure recipe at the end of our podcast. Okay? So, as I always say, cooking is what makes the world go round. And are we ready to enter our favorite little corner of our home? Yeah, our kitchen. Let's move into our kitchen for this week, folks. Let's gather around and relax, refresh, regurgitate, okay? And see what we got to do this week. As I always say, if you change a recipe, an existing one, it's yours. If you follow an existing recipe, it belongs to the one who created the recipe. Or you could go off and create your own recipe. All right? So there you go. We're ready to cook. We're ready to get started. But before we do this, I just want to make one teeny weeny announcement. Go to www.etsy.com/shop/blindlybrilliant, and there you will see my pottery pieces. Pottery for pleasure, pottery to help motivate you, help you to imagine, help you to create. Reach for the stars, reach for the sky, reach beyond the blue horizon. Let's do it through pottery. And all proceeds from the sales of my pottery go towards my initiative, Transitioning to a New World. If you want to find out more about this wonderful initiative, which is meant to help kids getting ready to leave high school and young adults, preparing them to deal with transitioning to a new world. It's helping them to develop their confidence and their independence, and how to enrich and raise their professional and personal profiles. All right, it is time for us to get started in our kitchen. And as I say to you, gather your implements to one side of your kitchen counter. Gather your ingredients to the other side of your kitchen counter. It is the best way to save time, save on stress, save on, drama and trauma. And people often ask me how I go about choosing these recipes. My main intent is to make each and every one of these recipes a family favorite, or a friend favorite, or a party favorite. Okay? They're easy to make, and you can save a lot of time. Okay? So, the main recipe is broiled sirloin with smoky bacon mushrooms. Okay, that is the main recipe for this week. And again, let's get started. Okay, here are the implements that you're going to need. You need measuring spoons, a large skillet, 1 kitchen knife for cutting, paper towels. The inevitable paper towels. The great standby in your kitchen for cleaning up unexpected spills and for wiping the tops of jars, the tops of boxes, the tops of bottles, the caps of bottles, and the surfaces of tins and cans. And here are your ingredients. 1 medium onion cut vertically into very thin slices. A tablespoon of melted butter. 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. 2 8-ounce packages of sliced fresh mushrooms. Now, you may not always get 8 ounces per package. Just make sure that they're 16 ounces in total. Okay? Okay. 1 3/4 teaspoon of salt, or 3/4 teaspoon of salt. Divide this equally. Okay? 4 fully cooked hickory bacon slices. Make sure that they're fully cooked and crumble them. Okay? 3 tablespoons of flat chopped parsley. 1/8 of a teaspoon of freshly ground pepper. 2 1-pound steaks, 1/4 inch thick. Okay, 2 1-pound steaks, 1/4 inch thick. 1/2 teaspoon of freshly ground pepper. Now we're ready to make. Preheat your broiler. Okay, saute your onions in a large skillet in butter over your medium heat. Okay, make sure it's medium heat. So saute your onions in butter in a large skillet over medium heat. Make sure it's for 5 minutes or until it is beginning to brown. Stir in your garlic, your mushrooms, and your salt. Saute for 10 minutes or until the mushrooms are good and the liquid starts to evaporate. Okay? Make sure that the liquid evaporates. Make sure that the mushrooms are tender. Okay? Stir in your bacon, your parsley, and your pepper. Okay? So while your mushrooms are cooking, sprinkle both sides of your steak, okay, with the remaining salt, because you had divided it equally at first, and the pepper. All right? Broil for 5 minutes, okay, about 1/2 inches away from your elements, all until desired degree of doneness. Let stand for 5 minutes before you slice. Cut your steaks into thin slices. Arrange it on a serving platter and top it with your mushrooms. This makes 4 to 5 servings. Yum, yum, yum. Easy to make, isn't it? I think it is, and I think it will be a family favorite. Okay? All right, so let's move on. And we're going now to the bonus recipe. Okay? Let's bear in mind as to what the category is for this month, okay? The category is main meals in minutes. So let's go to the bonus recipe. All right, let's go to the bonus recipe. Oyster bread and spinach stuffing. I think this would go very, very well with your broiled steak, which you just heard about. Okay, all right. This takes about 1 hour and 20 minutes to make. All right. It's a rating 6, and here are the ingredients. This yields 12 servings. 2 baguettes, 1/2 pound each. Okay. 2 cups of chicken stock. 25 oysters, shuck them and reserve the juice. Okay. 1/2 pound of bacon. Cut it into 1/2 inch slithers. Okay, so 1/2 pound of bacon cut into 1/2 inch slithers. Very important. 2 cups of diced onions. 4 parsnips. And you need to cut it into 1/2 inch slices and dice it. Okay. 5 salsify roots and cut into 1/2 inch dices. Okay. 2 cups of diced celery, and please include the leaves with it. Okay. 1 bunch of fresh spinach. You need to wash it and discard the stems. 2 tablespoons of fresh thyme, and mince your thyme. Okay. 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley. Okay. 4 large eggs, lightly beaten. Let me just pause here for a moment to reassure you that you can get this bonus recipe from me by writing to me at donnajodhan@gmail.com or ask Donna on blindlife@gmail.com. I know it is difficult to listen and take notes all at the same time, but not to worry. You can get it from me by writing to me. So let's continue on. Here is how you prepare this recipe. Okay. Step 1. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Step 2. Okay. Cut off and discard the ends of your baguettes. Okay. And you cut the loaves into 3/4 of an inch slices. Okay. No, you cut it into cubes. Okay. 3/4 inch cubes. Okay. You spread these cubes onto baking sheets. Put the baking sheets into your oven. Okay. And place it into the oven on your middle rack for about 10 to 15 minutes. Or until it becomes toasty. Right? Next, step 3. Okay, in a large skillet, heat the chicken stock until it simmers add your oysters, okay, and the oyster liquid. So you add the oysters and the oyster liquid, okay, and you poach this for 1 to 2 minutes, okay, until it is just cooked, okay. Transfer your oysters to a bowl after you've done this, and drain off and reserve the juice, okay. Drain off and put aside your poaching liquid. Very, very important. Okay? Okay. Next, step 4. Take 1 cup of unsalted butter, melted, okay, salt, black pepper, and cayenne pepper to taste. Okay, make sure that you have all these together to taste, right? In the same skillet, cook your bacon until it is nice and crisp, and drain it on the paper towels when it is crisp and when it is cooked, okay? All right. Drain it on your paper towels. Very, very important. And leave the bacon there for a bit, okay? Add your diced onions and add your parsnips, your sarsify and celery and cook them in the skillet until it is almost tender. Okay. Step 5. Cut your spinach into large pieces. Okay. Cut your spinach into large pieces. Add to the vegetables in the skillet and cook them all together. Okay. Remove it from the heat and add the oysters, okay, and your bacon to all of this. Okay, see, we're building it nice and slow. Refrigerate this mixture overnight. Okay. Step 6. When you're ready to cook, preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Okay. Mix your thyme and your parsley. Okay. And your eggs and your butter all together into a big bowl. Add reserved bread cubes that you have reserved before, and mix it well. And add enough of your poaching liquid, okay, to moisten it very well. Season all of this with your salt, pepper, and cayenne pepper. Season it to taste, okay? Number 7, or step 7. Transfer this entire bowl of your mixture to a 9 by 13.5-inch baking dish, okay? And bake until it is heated through, okay? You with me? You have to bake it uncovered for about 35 to 40 minutes, okay? Until it is all heated through, okay? All right. This is a bit complicated to make. It does take a bit more time, but it's worth the while, because you know what? My family and I made it 2 weeks ago, and it was delicious. Absolutely delicious. Okay? Give it a whirl and see what you think. Take your time at making it. Make it a family favorite for the table. Do it soon. All right. So on we go to the next segment of my podcast. Okay? Don't forget, it is main meals in minutes. And oh my gosh, I forgot something here. I forgot to acknowledge my little brother Michael. Michael, I hope you're doing good, sir. And I'd like you and Heather to try out this recipe. The broiled steak recipe. The broiled sirloin with smoky bacon mushrooms recipe. This week's recipe. Even try out the stuffing, okay? Let me know how you do. Let's go to the tips, okay? Here are the tips. I know it's summer, but I'm going to give you a tip on how to remove knots and balls from sweaters. Remove it with a fine piece of sandpaper. Rub it very gently. Then you shave it with a razor. Very simple and easy. You're getting ready for the fall and winter. You're getting an early jump on things. So this is what you do, okay? And for my next tip, here we go. How do you remove blood? Cover the area with meat tenderizer. If bleaching is necessary for colored fabrics, here's what you do. Okay? Use a very light bleach. And those are my tips for this week. All right? So, let's go back and see what we have covered for this week. Okay? Here's what we covered for this week. And you know what the main category is. Main meals in minutes. All right? The main recipe was broiled sirloin with smoky bacon mushrooms. And the bonus recipe was oyster bread and spinach stuffing. Lovely, two lovely, delicious recipes. And the tips: removing knots and balls from your sweaters and how to remove blood. And the hidden treasure recipe is this: wild rice, apple and cranberry stove-top stuffing. One more time, here is your hidden recipe treasure: wild rice, apple and cranberry stove-top stuffing. This is it for me for this week, everybody. I hope you enjoyed my recipes. I enjoyed bringing them to you. They're easy to make, easy to eat, easy going down into the tummy. Your family is going to love you just that little bit more for all of these recipes. Have a great rest of the day. Have a great rest of the week. And we'll see you next week. Take care and bye for now.
That's it for this week. Donna hopes that you enjoyed her recipes and that you will take a few minutes to try them out. Stay safe and stay well. Send your thoughts and feedback to Donna at AskDonna on linelife@gmail.com.